Hey everybody, it's Preston here, and we got Captain Asshole here, also known as Brandon.
Can't get rid of me, not even with a mean scratch.
Nope, never. So today we're going to be doing our a booking show. We already did WrestleMania, so we're not going to do WrestleMania 30 this time. But we're going to do what every professional wrestling fan wants to see, and that is TNA versus WWE. Basically, kind of like a reincarnation of Invasion. If you remember Invasion, where WWE it was WWE versus ECW and WCW Invasion. So we'll do something like that where it's like two different brands are facing off together, kind of similar to like a Raw and SmackDown type thing, or the original Invasion. So we did our own booking shows, and this took a while. We both had to really think about this.
Had I convinced him that we couldn't have a match between Godzilla and the Megazords, we just couldn't do it.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that another time, but we just couldn't. I didn't have enough time to do it.
We didn't know who would have the title to begin with.
Yeah, I would personally. I would have done Tommy the Green Ranger versus CM Punk, but
yeah, well, you know,
we all know who
he only represents Pepsi, not Godzilla. So,
well, the Dragon Sword anyway. But let's be honest, we all know who will win between Punk and the Green Ranger.
Nobody.
Green Ranger. But anyway, so we're gonna.
You really gonna push for that, aren't you?
Green Ranger all the way. Green Ranger is the best in the world.
Well, you almost look like you're serious when you say that. Now you look like you're a rapist when you say that. And there goes the tongue. And with that, this went from PG to PG-13. Congratulations, you're almost banned.
We can make this X.
Second your pants come off, Preston, is the second I start walking home.
I'm just kidding, but in all seriousness, we're going to go ahead and do our match cards out. We'll go ahead and do rock, paper, scissors, see who goes first. 2 out of 3 falls. Okay, here we go.
I win again.
No, here we go.
Rock, paper, scissors. Okay.
No, 2 out of 3.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, 1
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
You get to choose.
You can go first.
Alright, fine.
I'll make fun of you the whole time.
Don't even. Seriously.
I hope this goes online. They're like, hey, why isn't that guy a stand-up comedian? I am. I just hope they don't want to pay me for it.
You should honestly be a stand-up comedian in the near future. I honestly think you'd be good at it.
I think I'm too racist for it.
Dude, people are racist all the time when you're doing freaking stand-up. I mean, but
it's not the same when you're looking right at the person you're talking about. You're like, oh, fuck me.
Anyways, so let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and start this. So, of course, the title of my pay-per-view is just Invasion. It's just like I said, it's basically Invasion brought back. So here are the matches. So first match, I have the current tag team champions of WWE, the Usos, versus the current TNA tag team champions, Bromance. Should be very decent. You basically have the best tag teams currently in the company. You have both champions. Both champions are dominant. They have successfully retained their titles. Who I picked to win were the Usos, just because the Usos are more talented, and honestly, I like the Usos more. And Bromance, I'm not really a big fan of. Just
because they call them the Bromans.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't really care for their gimmicks. Pretty much, Robbie's just a Zack Ryder ripoff, but worse.
He's not a Zack Ryder ripoff. He's worse because he sucks.
Yeah, at least people actually give a damn about Zack Ryder. They don't give 2 shits about.
You could surprise me. I haven't seen him wrestling forever. My friend said, I haven't seen him wrestle and win in forever.
He's in the Battle Royal for WrestleMania 30, so we might see him briefly before he gets eliminated.
But first or second time? For first person eliminated or second person eliminated? What do you think?
I'm going to go with second.
I'm going to say probably. I'll just give him credit and say first five. First 5.
Yeah, me too.
Because keep in mind, there's going to be The Miz, and nobody likes The Miz.
Well, not even.
How do you take this like one of the smallest wrestlers in the business and stick him in that match? It's like, let's put a little guy in a match that is for giants. See what happens. That's like the squash match that I want to see. Take every superstar that's over 400 pounds, put him in a steel cage, and put one guy in there that's like 200, 190 pounds, like Rey Mysterio or something, and see what happens. You get a pancake. His head fell off.
Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about all the matches first, and then you give me your thoughts about my overall product. So, out of respect, no more interruptions, please.
Who do you think you are?
The Prince of Peeps, Godzilla Hawk, Preston Boger, bitch.
I'm still going to make you laugh so hard you shit your britches.
Anyways, so now
Round 2, match 2.
Yes, second match on that will be a fatal four-way match for the United States Championship. I have Dean Ambrose, the current champion, defending against Del Rio, Mr. Anderson, and Samuel Shaw. This will be interesting because Anderson and Samuel Shaw, they're both representing TNA, and they want to win this match. But however, they can't stand each other, so it'll be interesting. Dean is now a babyface, and he'll be going up against Del Rio, a guy who wants to become United States champion, so he can shove it. Pretty much be like that almost Cesaro type of guy where he was shoving the United States Championship in front of our faces and pretending he was a real American, stuff like that. Kind of similar to that kind of gimmick. So I had Dean Ambrose retain his title.
I miss his language bits where he'd say,
Oh, yeah.
winner in 5 different languages, and you're sitting there going, douchebag! One language, you still suck. One finger. One finger to you all.
Yeah, so I had Dean Ambrose retain, so that's 2 for WWE. Next will be a 10-man Divas match. And Team TNA will...
10-man Divas match?
Well, basically...
10-man Divas match?
It's a 10... That's what it's called. It's
Okay.
10 women's match. There you go. Is that better? 10 women's tag match. There you go.
There you go.
Okay, so there you go. Now you guys understand.
Or tornado tag, yeah, whichever.
No, it's just regular tag. So TNA will consist of the Knockouts champion Madison Rayne, and her partners will consist of Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, Gail Kim, and ODB, and they will take on Team WWE, and the team captain of WWE is the current Divas champion AJ Lee, and her team will consist of Brie Bella and Nikki Bella, Tamina Snuka, and Natalia. And this will be an interesting match. This is something that I kind of want to make it like where the most popular women are and have them in a big match. And I picked TNA to win this match because TNA proved that
Eat the Feet is really popular.
Yeah, and WWE Divas pretty much suck, and they're just there. They're just plastic dolls, and they don't really care about the division.
We like toys, don't we? They're all plastic.
Except TNA Knockouts actually fight back.
That's like the toys that actually have rocket launchers. Got me in the eye! The BB guns that take out people's eyes. It's kind of interesting.
Anyways, now fourth match. I think this will be probably one of the matches of the night. I know you'll enjoy this. For the first time ever, it will be a 10-man Ultimate X match for the X Division and Cruiserweight Championship.
Interesting.
Basically, winner takes all. So I have 5 WWE superstars and 5 TNA stars.
Okay.
We'll start with WWE. We have Evan Bourne, Tyson Kidd, Seth Rollins, who's the current Cruiserweight Champion, Hurricane Helms, and Sin Cara, and they'll be, face off against each other along with TNA, which is Kazarian, Manic, or Suicide, Tigre Uno, the new superstar, Sanada, the current X Division champion, and Alex Shelley. I think this would be match of the night if they definitely did this right. Definitely be on for a very long time. A lot of great young talent here, but if I had to pick, I end up having Seth Rollins win this match, becoming Cruiserweight and X Division champion, proving that he matters in the company. He could be a great future for WWE because they're not really using him that great at the moment, but he's very impressive. And by having him win that match makes him, increases his ability, just like Dean Ambrose or Roman Reigns, makes him have that credibility in me.
Okay.
Next match, I think this could be another match of the night, and this has a little bit of storytelling to it. It may be a little odd at first, but once you think about it, it'll make sense.
One of your stories is odd.
No, just the match itself. I mean, it's kind of odd, but I don't know about you. People have done this match before. This will be a street fight match. It's between Sheamus and Bully Ray. The story going to this is you have Sheamus, a guy that loves to fight. He's a brawler. That's what he is. He loves to fight. But then you have a guy like Bully Ray who was in WWE, TNA, ECW with Team 3D, and they've been in a lot of hardcore matches. Bully Ray pretty much saying that I've been in every single dangerous match. I'm more hardcore. And Sheamus say, you're nothing. I dominate my matches. And they basically kind of feud off there. And it's like, let's sell this. You and me. Invasion, street fight, who's the better brawler? And this is a very violent match. How I would end this match is Sheamus goes on the top rope. He's about to do a shoulder block, and Bully Ray gets in with the 3D or the RKO, what they call it, or cutter, in midair, and Sheamus goes through a burning table. 1, 2, 3. Bully Ray wins the match. I think it'll be a good match. I wouldn't really say match of the night, but it could be if they did it right. But I just think Bully Ray would win, and honestly, it'll be interesting.
You and your flaming wood.
Well, come on, you gotta make it better. You gotta make it interesting. Next,
How about electric steel chair? It's bad enough you're gonna get hit in the face with a chair, but how about we run a few bolts through it? Zap! Oh, dude, that looked like it hurt.
anyways, next match. This is actually gonna be a little rivalry match back at the independent circuit in ROH, and this is just gonna be a straight up wrestling match. And this is between two guys that consider themselves the greatest wrestlers of all time, going at one-on-one in the big stadium. And I think you might know who I'm talking about. You have the best in the world, CM Punk, going up against the greatest man that ever lived, Austin Aries. Again, I would say this would be an amazing wrestling match, and these guys know each other very well. I almost consider like Austin Aries kind of like the CM Punk of the company, just because he's like that mouthpiece. He's a really great talker. He can talk on the mic. He's really realistic. He's underrated, almost like Punk. He could be that big star. And like I said, these guys have faced off before in the independent circuit with guys like Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles and guys like that, so it would be perfect. And who I would have win is CM Punk. I would have CM Punk win just to prove that he is the best in the world, and afterwards they just shake hands. But of course, Aries turns heel and low blow, so it may give him like walk out. Kind of similar to like Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho when they had their WrestleMania match, and Shawn beat Jericho, and Jericho just low blowed him.
He crushed the greatest nuts like they were prunes.
So I think it'll be a good match, a very good match. Next, this one's kind of a little throwaway, but I decided to do it anyway. It's a champion versus champion match, no titles on the line, and it's between the World Heavyweight Champion Magnus and WWE World Champion Randy Orton.
I can understand why that's a throwaway match.
Yeah, it's not going to be a match anyone's going to really care for, but it's basically like who's the better world champion?
who's the better paper champion? The guy who was given it, or the guy who sold out? Yeah, I got you. It's actually kind of
originally, I was going to have Orton win, but I decided to give it to Magnus because he's a younger talent, and then having Magnus beat a guy like Orton would make him more believable as a champion.
Less of a sissy, more of a champion. Gotcha.
Yeah, and especially being a guy like Randy Orton, who's one of the biggest stars in the WWE, being him would be upping his credibility too. So I would do that. I was going to do Bray Wyatt versus James Storm, but I decided to scrap that match because it was kind of a little, throwaway. I don't want to do that one. I can do that another time. But yeah, I would pick Magnus to win. Next match. This would definitely be another match tonight, and this one will probably have the best storytelling because this could actually work if they did. Abyss versus Kane in a Monsters Ball match. Now,
what kind of Kane? Corporate Kane or actual?
Well, that's what I'm going to get to. This is going to be interesting. The story would be Corporate Kane, there. He's, talking about, about Invasion. And also Abyss comes out and Kane realizes, I know you, Abyss. I've seen you. You're a monster. But you got to realize, I was the monster before you were in TNA, before you came into the company. I want to face you at Invasion, a Monsters Ball match. And Abyss kind of just looks at her and says, really? Why should I face you? You're not the monster. You're the corporate sellout. I'm not wasting my time with you. I'd just destroy you. Kane basically getting frustrated. He's trying to get into Abyss's head, trying to make him want to face, Kane at Invasion. Of course, Abyss just refuses, saying, you're not the monster. You're just a corporate sellout. So this and that. The story could build up there, and that's when then you have one time where Abyss comes out, Kane comes out of nowhere, attacks Abyss. He makes a few punches on him. He's trying to stop him, but Abyss just stares at him like, this is pathetic. It just gets a black hole slam onto him, some thumbtacks, and he's just staying there. I told you, you're worthless. If you want to face me, become the monster you were. And then basically then Kane slowly ends up turning back into Kane, saying, I need to be this monster. I want Abyss. You gotta put me in the match. So then he probably puts on the mask back just for that special occasion. It's like, I'm the monster. I want you. And Abyss agrees. This will be basically like any Monsters Ball match. Thumbtacks, barbed wire, every weapon. But how this
blood.
Yes, definitely. By the end of the match, what would happen? Kane would go for a choke slam, but he gets countered. Abyss goes for a black hole slam counter. It'll be kind of like a counter fest way until finally Kane goes for a clothesline. Black hole slam on the thumbtacks. 1, 2, 3. Abyss wins and Kane's on the ground, and Abyss just walks off like this. I think this would be a great match, and it actually works for storytelling wise. It can actually work, like I said. That's how I would do it. So I think it'll be a great match. Next is the ultimate match. It's the winner takes all thing. So you have basically TNA's best versus WWE's best. You have the team captain of Team WWE, Vince McMahon, and his team will consist of the 5 participants will consist of Roman Reigns, John Cena, Big Show, Daniel Bryan, and The Rock, returning Rock, and MVP will be the team captain of TNA, and his team will consist of Jeff Hardy, or Willow, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, and Bobby Lashley. And the special guest referee is Christian.
Someone who's participated in both.
Exactly. That's why it makes it interesting, because he's the referee. He's in the company. So what will happen is we will start off the match where Big Show gets eliminated by Lashley first. So Big Show is the first one eliminated because he's the bigger threat in WWE's corner. So they get rid of him. Cena gets rid of Lashley, so it's down to 4-4. Samoa Joe gets eliminated by The Rock. Kurt Angle comes in, makes The Rock tap out. Then you have Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle go at it for a little bit. And then, of course, AJ Styles and Cena go at it for a little bit. Then you see Roman Reigns and Jeff Hardy. Roman Reigns hits Jeff Hardy with spear, eliminates Hardy. And then Roman Reigns gets attacked from out of nowhere by AJ Styles with the Styles Clash. Bam. Reigns is out. So we're down to Cena and Bryan. And AJ Styles, Joe, and Angle. Daniel Bryan beats Joe by submission. Then Kurt Angle gets eliminated by Daniel Bryan by submission. Then AJ Styles beats Bryan with the Styles Clash. No, with the calf kill, he makes Bryan tap out. Now it's down to 2 faces of each company, Cena and AJ Styles, going at it. They're going back and forth, back and forth. They're both on the ground. MVP gets a chair, and he's about to hit Cena with it. Vince McMahon comes out. They're fighting outside. Christian grabs the chair. Both guys are getting up. He's got the chair raised, getting ready to hit AJ Styles. So he's getting up, and then it just hits Cena, clobbers him on purpose. And then AJ Styles makes the cover. 1, 2, 3. Christian ends up turning out to be part of Team TNA. Rips off his WWE referee shirt, and then basically he's wearing the TNA shirt underneath, a classic Christian Cage shirt, pretty much saying Christian Cage is with TNA, therefore TNA wins.
Interesting.
So, and then Christian pretty much kind of short promo saying, I did this because WWE never gave me the respect I deserve. Vince McMahon, you have fucked me over one too many times. I'm fucking you over. So screw you. I'm going with TNA. They made me into a better champion.
Damn, listen to you go.
Yeah, that's pretty much. It'll be a realistic promo by Christian, because in reality, Vince McMahon hates Christian, and so why would Christian support a guy that never respected him back? So it would make more sense. So that would be my card of Evasion. I have to admit, it looks pretty good. So, but that's my thing. We'll talk about our matches afterwards. So we'll start out with your card now.
Okay, this is Captain Asshole's pay-per-view. Now, being a realist, being an actual traditional WWE fan that I am, I like big guys on the same level going out to see who's better.
Yeah.
So I decided to revisit a match that only happened once, lasted 10 minutes on equal terms, and then outside interference disqualified the entire match. And then we never got to see what happened. So I decided to start off strong. With 2 people we don't want to see holding titles. So I was like, hey, why not? So, the first match of the night will be Bobby Lashley versus Batista. 1-on-1 in a steel cage. That way we find out who wins. And I don't have a pick for this one because it was so dead centered, so even, that you literally could not choose who was going to win to begin with in their match. Do I have a preference? No, I just prefer to see that match, to see how it would go. kind of like, you know, the Wyatts versus the Shield.
Yeah, like
remember, I kept saying I want to see that, and like that would make no sense, and then it happened. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Actually, you didn't see it, but after this, if I could find out on video, I could show it to you very quick.
Yeah.
That was match of the night. That was.
But I was right. I was right about.
We were both right. The Wyatt families.
Yeah,
won.
you said you'd want to see it too, but you said it would never happen. Remember, you and they were saying that will never happen because they're on the same faction side. I was like, I don't care. I want to see that.
I said it was going to happen. I just didn't know. I said it was going to happen at Mania. Yeah. I didn't expect to have an Elimination Chamber then on Raw.
Well, that was.
But it was so good because I liked it because
it propelled Seth Rollins into the main fray of everything.
It made everybody look equal. You didn't make everyone. You didn't make anyone look bad.
On the contrary, I think it made Dean Ambrose look like a little schoolgirl whose panties just got pissed. It was bad for him. Bray Wyatt can't take a hit, obviously. But it made the two outstanding members of the Shield look excellent. It also made the Wyatts look credible as a three-man tag team.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. But yeah, that's interesting. And I like about
that's the big match that I always wanted to see. And a lot of people are sitting there going, they're both overrated, and they're both... You know, yes, you're right. They're both messing up their matches a little bit every few minutes. But that's the point. You got two guys going at it, and if they mess up, they're so big that they're going to end up hurting themselves or each other real bad. Permanently, possibly. And I'm sitting there going, put them in a cage! Don't let them escape! Make them finish the match. And I'd like to see it all the way through. And I think that would be like one of the best matches you could actually see. Simply like, kind of like the Gunner and the James Storm match. It would be like that. As long as we got to see the whole match, and they went, low. I want to see an actual match.
Yeah, but
I don't have a pick because they are so evenly matched, and we didn't get to see. They didn't even try to do the match again. That's what ticks me off most. They didn't try to do the match again. They literally had Lashley a whole 2 more months, and then he was released on injury. I remember that.
Same thing with Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy was the one who injured him.
Mr. Kennedy lost too. He got injured and he got released too.
Yeah, which was stupid. That year we lost 2 incredible talents.
And Umaga,
they didn't want to.
Umaga, I think, got released and then passed away because of his thing. But anyways, before you continue, I just gotta make one thing. What I also like about your first match is because both guys were also MMA, and the fact that they have that MMA background in a steel cage,
which would make it impressive to watch.
The only problem is Batista was only in one MMA match. It sucked, but he was undefeated.
It wouldn't change my mind. I wanted to make a triple threat match and throw in Lesnar. But I couldn't put a 4th member from TNA in there because they're missing big people. Who am I going to put in the Carbon Blueprint? Freaking Matt Morgan?
That wouldn't work.
Yeah, that just wouldn't work. But don't get me wrong.
Rampage Jackson or Kimo?
No, they're overrated. They're not the same type of thing. They're not a wrestler. They're a
MMA fighter.
They're MMA fighter. They're basically extreme kickboxers. Way different.
Ken Shamrock. I think Ken Shamrock was in TNA.
I'm not picking Shamrock. He can Shamrock my Shamrocks. Okay?
Anyways,
Match 2. Anyway. Now, I wanted something that was interesting. I wanted something that was what we refer to when we play cards as a mirror match. So I have the Cowboy James Storm versus Shawn Michaels.
Fuck yeah.
I want to see that match. My original thought was that Shawn Michaels would end it and win on the last straw. But I think it would be considered a draw. They'd end up super kicking each other at the same time and count it out. That it would be so amazing. The match would last forever, like a 30-minute match, and it ends like that. Everybody's still going, this is awesome, because they can't stand, they kick their brains out of each other's ears. I think that would be match of the night, honestly. Just the second match, which makes people want to see what's going to happen next. You see, he's already excited. I want to see that.
It's just a little bit shorter match.
The only other thing that he could have done was if he, duct taped a beer bottle to his boot before he kicked Shawn Michaels. That would be impressive too. Oh, there goes the other eye.
And then Shawn Michaels just kicks out, he's all busted open.
And he still jumps up and kicks him in the face, and then they pass out.
That'd be funny.
So, originally I have Shawn Michaels in that match, but I'd like to see it as a double kick out. Just a double super kick and count out. Because that would make that match worth watching and be remembered forever.
I was kind of close to doing that match too.
And that's only match 2. Let's move on to match 3. Now, I was told I got to do something with the Divas. So, I like the fact that The WWE Divas have so much more talent. They have the abilities for submission and extremeness. TNA's Divas are bigger. They have extreme rule matches. So I decided that
Street fights, liar matches, steel cage matches.
instead of just doing like a all for all on the Divas title match, I decided to make it an over the rope Divas Royale match for both the Divas Championship and the TNA Knockouts Championship, where every female wrestler on both rosters are in the ring at the same time. It's just like a Royal Rumble, except a lot more on the line. I don't have a pick for it because there's so much talent on two different ways on both scales. Okay, and I already know who you're thinking about. No.
Wait.
I already know who you're sitting there going, I know exactly who would win that match. Don't even know.
No, I really don't know.
Absolutely not.
Lita?
Yes.
Yes! Yes!
Moving on to match number 4. I like the fact you used Dean Ambrose and yours, but this is mine for the United States Championship.
Okay.
Dean Ambrose versus Austin Aries. Both of them have been low played in the last couple months, especially Austin Aries. I have not seen him on TNA in, like a month now?
Maybe a little less. The last time I saw him was...
Is he on injury?
I don't think so. I think
So they're not using him. He just, he's on vacation. Not okay. So I have Austin Aries beating Dean Ambrose and making it look easy. And at the end of it, Dean Ambrose is getting up, and as he's getting up, Austin Aries takes the United States Championship, clocks Dean Ambrose with it, and throws it on top and leaves without it because he doesn't want it. He wants a world title. There you go. There's something to look at.
So who won again?
Austin Aries.
Okay, good.
Now, I had to keep things going. I have Big E, the current Intercontinental champion, and he's okay, but he's not characterized. He doesn't have a strong character.
He's just a guy with a championship.
So I took someone who's big, who also doesn't have a big character, and I made him face Hernandez.
Super Mix.
Yes, Super Max. Because I love watching Hernandez just fly through the air, and it's like, that's a lot of Mexican flying there. Air Mexico. Woo! He crashed, but it's okay. He still has wheels. He'll get where he's going.
Yeah. Instead of Vince hopping, he's literally flying
I
over.
see the match lasting a good 15-20 minutes. Good brawling. Lot of physicality. I can see them both body slapping each other. Ultimately leading to, Big E going for the big ending. Hernandez slips out, does his finisher, and pins him 1, 2, 3. I pick Hernandez for the win.
Is it for the championship?
No.
Okay.
Match number 6. This one is another straight up match for match. It's one of those ones where the biggest brawlers are facing each other. I've Gunner, the current most impressive guy on TNA at this moment is Gunner.
They're probably the most built up guy right now.
So I wanted to pick the next guy who's on the rise, the next biggest name, and I had him going one-on-one with Roman Reigns in a street fight. And surprise, surprise, in this match I've already picked Roman Reigns to win. But I picked Gunner to actually give him a run for his money. Impressive, but not impressive enough to beat Roman Reigns. Okay. Match 7, a bit of a filler match. I have Seth Rollins versus Suicide. I want to take two high flyers that have been very impressive lately and see what they could do. I really wouldn't want to pick a winner for this match. I'd just like to see it. And it would be an X Division match, not an X Division Championship match, just an X Division match. Extreme Rules. And I'd still pick Seth Rollins to win. But Suicide has done that thing that most other people haven't done, and he's come from behind so many times, just appeared out of nowhere. Especially in those 6+ man X Division Championship Fatal X-Ways.
Like Ultimate X
Yes.
And
Hey,
King of the Mountain.
Oh, look, he's dead. 2 minutes later, he's flying out of nowhere, landed on 3 guys. You're like, he's a robot!
Like Shelton Benjamin.
Yes, but higher flying.
And Shelton Benjamin, and he didn't get put through 2 ladders.
But I do still see Seth Rollins winning it. I love that finish he's got where it's like...
It's that stomp.
Yeah, he almost goes for the Famouser, and instead just stomps you. I'm sitting there going, dude, you can break his jaw, his nose, his neck, and that's assuming you don't give him a concussion because you're stomping on his head. ow! Even I've had that done to me. It hurts. It's not very happy. It's not a lot of happiness to that one. It's just a on the ground type of thing. It hurts. And I was like, Seth, this is Seth Rollins, and this is going to propel him into being noticed to be more of a cruiserweight / X Division champion.
Wrestling.
Very important to know, because they tried to bring those championships back, or a hardcore championship. They got a candidate for the WWE or for TNA. Either way. Match number 8, and yes, there are a lot of matches here because people need to be tested on a regular basis, and you guys can't do it right. Ethan Carter versus Randy Orton for the WWE World Title.
That's
Randy
interesting.
Orton's been rubbing it in his face that you can't get a title match because you're not good enough, and Ethan Carter has proven himself with what he's did to Kurt Angle. I still think he deserves a title match. He's going to be a champion one day.
Yeah.
He's very impressive.
Actually, I don't find him personal. I find him boring.
And then this match doesn't last very long because Orton's not taking Ethan seriously, and he's doing what he does always. He's jacking off. He's not doing the right thing. This doesn't matter. He won't hit me. Ethan Carter pulls out of nowhere a roll up, a backflip slam roll up, and pins him 1, 2, 3 for the title.
Basically like an
And
upset with
Orton
Kofi.
loses his mind and every bit of credibility as a wrestler on the spot.
Basically like a Kofi Kingston upset.
And then all the fans don't know whether or not to laugh at Orton or cheer for the fact that it's finally over.
Wait, is this for the championship?
Yes.
Oh!
How's that for a loss? And now the crowd's buzzing again. Now they got a good match. They're like, oh, yes! Finally! Match number 9 for the X Division Championship. I was going to put a bunch of people in here, but the problem is I like it when it's one-on-one for X Division. It allows people to shine to their fullest. Not to burn on all cylinders. God rest the Motor City Machine Guns. That tag team will never go back.
Yeah, but because Alex Shelley's not even back.
Well, that and the fact that, who put Alex Shelley out?
I don't even remember.
His tag team partner did it.
Chris Emmons a dick now.
Yeah.
He's boring.
So, I took Sonata, if that's how you say it.
Yeah, Sonata.
And his X Division Championship against Sin Cara, the new Sin Cara, the Unico that's actually Sin Cara.
Which is surprisingly better than regular Sin Cara.
Because he has greater impact. His moves have strength.
And he doesn't
on it.
botch as much.
It's not just bouncing off the rope and high flying. He has impact with his moves. You're like, damn. It's X Division style. He deserves to be. And I find Sin Cara as the winner, ultimately. Not to say that Sonata doesn't deserve to be X Division champion. I just say that he pulls the win off him at this particular
I'd just like to
point.
see more of Sonata, to
Yes.
be honest, before.
Now, match number 10. My Psycho match.
Psycho Man?
It's not good enough for Jeff Hardy to have 2 different personalities and 2 different facelifts. I decided he needs to go against someone who has the same issue.
Oh my god.
So
are you
it's
doing
going
what
to
I think
be
you're doing?
Willow 1-on-1 versus Goldust.
Oh. I thought you were going to say Willow versus Mick Foley. For a
No, I wouldn't put Mick Foley in the same ring with that freak. Seriously. Besides, Mankind wears a mask. I was talking about face paint.
Oh. Well.
I might as well put him in there with Mankind and freaking Goldust and just see. Let's see what happens. All the colors rub off on one person's mask and see what happens,
Oh, you can put Blue Dust in there.
And I don't have a pick in this one because I have not seen Willow officially wrestle.
He's pretty much the same thing as Jeff Hardy.
Goldust, I can't give credibility to because, let's face facts, his finishers are rip off of everybody else's finishers. And
What are you talking about? He does the spin thing. He
lifts you up and then spins and slams you down.
Hey, at least it's not the spear where it's literally been done by every star.
Hey, the harder you do the spear, the more it's yours. As Roman Reigns has proven. Over and over and over.
And Goldberg.
And over
And Edge.
and over and over and over.
And Caitlyn.
Chicks doing spears.
They spear me.
Match
all-
11. This is for him. I decided to do this because I knew he wouldn't do it. TNA has a paper champion, Magnus, and he's got to defend his TNA championship. There's someone in the WWE who once held that championship for a very long time. It was very impressive. Very impressive when he finally had a world title. So I had him go against Magnus. It's Magnus versus Christian. For the
He didn't
TNA
have
World
it for a
Championship.
long time.
He had it for a decent amount of time.
Oh, you're talking about the TNA World.
TNA World Heavyweight
Okay, yeah. First time, I
That's
thought you were
the-
talking about
that's the only time he
first-
held it. It was the only time he held the world title for a decent amount of time. I mean,
Twice too. He held it twice there.
yeah, and he had decent reigns.
Hell.
He even performed well. Well, guess what? Time for number 3 because I picked him to win. I picked not the kill switch. I picked the spear to win. Yes, Magnus cannot defend. And that was match 11. Let's flip the page.
Well, that's interesting.
Look at you, you're smiling then. Yay!
Well, seriously, would you actually see Christian actually get a better, decent run, actually have a character rather than Magnus be champion as the character he is
Magnus doesn't have a character. He has.
He's just
He
that.
almost reminds me of William Regal when William Regal was walking around with the the Intercontinental Championship.
But at least William Regal could actually wrestle after people gave a damn about.
You know who I really miss? Freaking what's his name? The Japanese buzzsaw.
Tajiri?
Tajiri.
I actually saw his last match last night before he left, and it was at halftime heat against Gregory Helms when Hurricane Helms was that new gimmick. Even though he lost, I mean, I always find Tajiri super underrated. That guy could have been. He was one of the greatest high flyers I probably ever.
Well, you can't put Jeff Hardy at the top of the list anymore because if you think about it, he just wasn't afraid to die. That's all it was. He wasn't a great high flyer. He just jumped.
You want a great high?
He didn't have that thought that said maybe this can hurt. He just had that thought that went jump. He was like, okay.
You want to talk about great high flyers? Go watch Evan Bourne or Kofi Kingston or Manic or Alex Shelley.
I'm sorry if I want to watch high flyers that are really decent, they're really cool looking. I'm gonna watch freaking John Morrison.
John Morrison. I'm Scott Casey Gill, Welfare No One Fan. Apparently, you told everybody that's John Morrison has signed a contract with WWE. If that's true,
Finally, some more talent. Let's see if you don't screw him up this time. Anyways,
and let's actually give him Mike skills.
Match 12. He always had nice skills.
No, he didn't have Mike skills. His Mike skills were bad. It sounded like a 12-year-old boy.
So whatever.
So his Mike skills were terrible.
Match 12. I know what you're thinking. You're sitting there, this guy's getting fatter and fatter just listening to him. So we'll bring up a new match. Match number 12. I got the Wolves versus the Usos for the Tag Team Championships.
Now that's a match.
Now, this match is going to last a while because they're all high flyers. They're really good in unison. They work really well together. The problem is, the Wolves haven't had any matchups against the Usos, and the Usos had so many matchups against unfair teams and gotten their asses kicked so many times that they literally can take a beating, get back up, and still kick you in the face at the same time. So, I see a very good match. Very long lasting. But I can see the Wolves getting cocky and one of them knocked out of the ring and the Usos pick up the win with a double super kick.
That's what I should have done for my tag team match. I should have done a four-way, and I should have had the Usos versus Bromans versus the Real Americans versus the Wolves. And it's for the tag team championships for both of them. Winner takes all. That would have been way more interesting.
I prefer for those two teams to go at it because they're impressive as they stand.
Yeah.
Okay. Match 13. That's right, 13. There's 15 matches. Stay tuned. Match 13 of the night. This is a fatal four-way.
Okay.
And this one's going to be interesting because I don't know how the hell it happened. I just picked four random people. I was like, hey, I'd like to see that. I got Bobby Roode and I got Bully Ray. They already want to go at each other. Let's stick some more people in it. I put in CM Punk because I was like, I got an idea. And then the other boy said, I bet I can make it worse. He said, I'm going to put in Sheamus. So, technically, Bobby Roode and CM Punk balance each other out, and Bully Ray and Sheamus balance each other out. So
pretty much you only got one heel in there.
I think they're all bitchers. CM Punk's the only one that doesn't bitch. He just complains. There's a difference.
But he states facts.
I see Sheamus getting taken out by Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode turns, Bully Ray takes him out with a chain. And as he turns, CM Punk gets him in an Anaconda Vice, and CM Punk wins. I know that's pretty fast, just to put it up there, but let's face facts. Bobby Roode and Bully Ray are going to go at each other, and CM Punk and Sheamus are going to look at each other like, let's just wait for them to kick the crap out of each other and pick the pieces apart. They're not stupid. But Sheamus sitting there going, I'm stupid. I want to kick somebody. So he turns to CM Punk, and he turns to the guys that are ignoring him. And that pisses him off too much. And he goes after the two guys at the same time. CM Punk rolls out of the ring, sits down, cross-legged on the stairs going, man, I'm the only person here who's got intelligence. At the end of the night, CM Punk wins by only one move. He hasn't thrown a punch, kick, or nothing. He just wins with the kind of vice.
So pretty much with a kind of like a heelish move, how he's just like, I'm not getting into this. I'm going to wait my time.
Yeah.
Basically like an Edge, like an ultimate opportunist.
Yes. Which would be great for his persona.
And then Edge comes out that spears CM Punk and says, no, I'm the ultimate opportunist, and they can build a feud.
And as he turns around, Christian spears Edge. And as Christian turns around,
Tyson Tomko.
Nope. As Christian turns around, who's that? Who's got him now? Oh, it is Cena. F you. Look at his face.
I'm so gonna kill you. Anyways,
And then
continue.
The Rock.
And then Stone Cold.
And then Stone Cold comes out, stuns him. He's like, "What do you think about that?" Then out comes freaking what's his name?
Goldberg.
Goldberg. Goldberg does the spear off Stone Cold, and as he gets up, Taker choke slams him, and it's like, oh my God, this body's everywhere! And that's only match 13.
Except for the last part.
Yeah. Time for match 14. This is a big one.
Okay.
I wanted a Monsters Ball type of match too. I want something decent. I decided that Ryback was better when he wanted you to feed him more.
Well, you got your wish.
I'm having Ryback versus Abyss. And this match lasts a good time. They having good go at each other. People are still ignoring them because nobody cares.
Yeah.
Then, out of nowhere, something really weird happens. Ryback catches fire. Abyss shits his pants. And now everybody's watching. Wondering, what else can happen? Needless to say, Ryback can't do nothing once he's been on fire, and Abyss can still sit on you with shit in his pants. So he goes ahead, black hole slams out of nowhere Ryback, and gets the 1, 2, 3. I got Abyss for the win on that one.
But what kind of match is it? Is it actual Monsters Ball?
I call it a holy fuck match. Because we don't know how the hell that happened.
Well, are there any weapons? Are there any like good spots?
Oh, of course. There's fire and there's shit. Of course there's going to be a
but is there going to be good spots? Is there going to be memorable spots?
I think Ryback grows hair. And that's when he catches fire. Anyways. Main event of the night. Final match. Match 15. This is the match. This is the team versus team match. It's a 10-man elimination match.
There we go.
Ironically enough, same thing that he had. I was like,
with the
which
invasion.
is, of course, is cue of not of invasion, but of actual SummerSlam.
Or Survivor Series.
Yeah, either way. So we have TNA and we have the WWE. We got TNA, and its team captain is going to be Chris Sabin. And they're going to have Christopher Daniels and Kazarian with Robbie E. and Jesse, the bromance. I didn't use big guys in this match because all the big guys made decent matches as is. So
But this is your main event.
Yes, it is.
But how's anyone really going to pay attention to this match? That's just my only concern. That's why I did this, because it's a lot of big guys. It's basically we have our best versus your best.
This is basically the wind down match. These are also all the guys that last the longest in matches. They're not just out. They're not jobbers. They're guys who push the match to its next limits.
Except for Miz, now he's getting jobbed.
Well,
Fact.
you can say the same thing about freaking Chris Sabin right now.
Chris Sabin, where the hell's he been?
Between Chris Sabin and Chris Daniels, I don't know which one's not doing a damn thing, but neither one seem to be on TV. So, I went ahead and took the WWE and said, I'm going to have Miz being the team captain for the WWE. Yes, I picked the Miz.
Because he's awesome.
Because he don't shut up. You can put your foot so far up his ass to where he can lick your toes, and he still won't shut up. And I gave him an awesome team to where he can't lose, but they still going to turn on him. I gave him Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. And because I gave 2 tag teams to TNA for their 5-man match, I gave 2 tag teams to the WWE. And I gave them Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Yeah. Now you're sitting there going, oh, damn, someone's going to get kicked. Someone's going to get kicked, someone's going to get gathered, and someone's going to get clotheslined, and it's going to hurt.
All they need is Bray Wyatt. There we go.
Keep in mind, this is a 10-man tag elimination match. So no matter how it goes, you got to beat everybody. So, that being said, I can see WWE coming in with The Miz having mouthed off so much to his tag team partners that when he goes to tag out, because he's the first one in against, I'll say Jesse Goddard.
We'll just call him the guy from Big Brother.
We'll just say Jesse. That they jump off the apron.
Jesse Timberlake.
And Miz is the first one out.
So bye-bye.
Then I can see Robbie E in the ring with Road Dogg, and Robbie E pins Road Dogg.
Oh wow! It's
And
5-3.
as he's getting up, Billy Gunn comes in, famous or right to Robbie E. Now we're down to 4-3. Kazarian comes in and gets Billy Gunn, and they're going at it. And while they're going at it, Luke Harper gets attacked by The Miz. Miz comes down and attacks Luke Harper. And while they're fighting, Eric Rowan jumps down and beats the crap out of The Miz. I mean, beats
Wait, are there
his ass.
Wait, are there disqualifications?
It wouldn't be disqualified because he's a member of the original team.
Well, I'm just
It's Miz going after his own team.
Oh.
Billy Gunn gets distracted, and Christopher Daniels gets the roll up on him and pins Billy Gunn. Now it's down 2-4.
This isn't good.
I see Luke Harper getting in the ring and eliminating Jesse Goddard immediately, and then going through Kazarian immediately. Now it's down to Chris Daniels, Chris Sabin, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan. I see Luke Harper and Christopher Daniels going at it. Chris Daniels gets him with a roll-up. As Chris gets up again, once again, surprise, surprise, Eric Rowan gets him with a clothesline, and he's out. Now we're down to Chris Sabin and Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan.
Eric Rowan, I think,
I'm sorry,
is a ginger beard.
Luke Harper.
Yeah.
I keep getting them mixed up because...
Yeah, I know. I can never get their names right.
I call him Bat Face and freaking Bearded Monkey.
I call him upside down Sheamus.
Bearded Monkey.
Sheamus' brother.
Bearded Monkey!
Sheamus' brother. Redneck
Anyways,
brother.
I see Chris Sabin high flying all the way around. The lights go off. Lights come back on. Chris Sabin's pinned with the mask on, and it's over.
Kind of like with Raw, kind of similar. Where they did to Cena.
Yes.
Which I mean, that
and
was
the
awesome.
WWE picks up the win. That's my match. I don't like the last one too much. Takes a lot to go infer from it, but
Yeah.
that's what happens when you have an elimination match. All right.
Okay, so now we're going to swap things, and we're going to take a look at the matches, and we're going to go over which matches I think I would enjoy the most. So I'll start. So let's see. Lashley versus Batista, that'll be interesting. Cowboy Chasers for Shawn Michaels. Okay, I'll say I want to watch that one. Over Top Divas Battle Royal, very interesting too. United States Championship, be interesting. Big E Hernandez, kind of like a throwaway match. Gunner versus Roman Reigns, I might actually watch that match, I'm not going to lie. Rollins versus Suicide, yeah, I'll watch that. Ethan Carter, no. Sanada versus Sin Cara, that would be interesting if they did it right. Willow and Goldust, it can't be a throwaway match, but at least it's something interesting. Magnus and Christian, I'd probably watch it. Let's see what else. The Wolves, Usos, definitely watch it. Bobby Roode and Bully Ray, the thing, it'll be okay, I guess. Abyss and Ryback, it depends on what they do and if they have any good spots. The 10-man elimination, the only problem is the participants in it, but besides that, it's very interesting. I kind of like it. You made it a little innovative in how you're making like Miz like that heel. Like he just almost turns on his team. It almost costs them the match.
Yeah.
So overall, I think your thing is overall pretty good. So there's some things that that are just like okay, and there's other stuff that's really good, and there's stuff that's like fucking like up there, like really good. So overall, I think your pay-per-view honestly is pretty decent.
So
I'd probably give it probably like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. Pretty good.
All right. So we got the Usos versus the Bromans. Let's face it, we want to see the Usos. Usos we're fans of. Yeah, I definitely want.
We wanted these guys to become tag team champions for a while, and they finally get it. which I think they should have waited until Mania to have them win it, because that may give them that hype and have that WrestleMania moment.
I don't think they even do tag team titles at WrestleMania.
No, they do. They're actually doing one too. They do a lot. They're actually doing a fatal 4-way for the tag team titles. Usos versus Los Matadores versus Ryback, and then I think it's the Real Americans.
4-way U.S. title, Dean Ambrose, Del Rio. I don't like Del Rio in that.
Yeah, I know. I just put Del Rio there because
Samuel Shaw. So I don't like Samuel Shaw either.
I just did because Del Rio's kind of having that feud.
I think it would be better if you just Anderson versus Samuel Shaw in a hardcore match or a street fight.
Well, Anderson and Samuel Shaw are both on TNA, so it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, that's been more proven. Del Rio, I'm tired of seeing, and
I know.
Dean. Yeah, it's all right. I don't want to call it a throwaway match because it is a title match, but at the same time,
It's just there.
yeah,
I know, it's just there.
It seems like it's just
It's not going to be a terrible match, but at least it keeps people on the scene. They're like, okay, whatever. It's a match. It's not terrible.
You got to forgive me for the TNA women's division.
Yeah.
I can't take interest to it, so or anybody's women's. I just can't. It
Unless they have some sort of stipulation, like a ladder match.
The Extreme Rules have been very impressive, especially the ladder match that they had. That was really cool.
Toronto Kim feud. Do the feud again. Continue it. That's what you call a women feud. When you do feuds like that, you make the women actually matter. You make people, instead of like, oh, time for a piss break, you go, wait, what? A last knockout standing match? Okay. And it ends up being match of the fucking night, or one of them, and it's a fucking women's match. It makes you wonder, why isn't WWE doing the same thing? Just saying.
Your 10-man Ultimate X match is awesome. I do like that. It's a lot of players. And
it's a first-man 10-man.
Let's figure this one out. Seth Rollins has the ability to fly across the ring like a fly.
Pretty much everybody does.
He's super flying, and he's just like, whoa, holy crap, holy crap.
Can you imagine?
How did you get up there? And he's doing so well that this match is that would be a 10-point match. I would love to see that match.
And the fact it's a very first 10-man, and you have half the stars in there WWE and half the stars in TNA. It makes them.
It wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter at that point.
Oh, I should have put the jury in there. Why am I stupid? I should have put the jury in there. That would have been awesome.
The name of your street fight, Sheamus versus Bully Ray. I can't tell you how much I don't care about it. I'm sorry. We both used the same guys in the same match, but I threw 2 more guys in there, and I still didn't like my match. I just left it there as a throwaway match. I like the feuding thing that you did, and the fact that it's a street fight.
That's why.
What are the chances that it goes that way, considering everybody hates Bully?
Bully Ray. Well, no, everybody likes Bully. That's the thing. He's a great
about
heel.
The wrestlers. I'm not referring to the crowd.
No, I mean, literally, he's actually bad. He's one of the reasons why TNA is still alive. He's good. I like him. He's not brawler, but he can also do a wrestling
I would
match.
watch it with high expectations, but wouldn't be surprised when it let me down.
That's
if it let me down.
If it was just a one-on-one wrestling match, it wouldn't be that great. But if it was like a street fight like this, it makes it more interesting. Plus, with the story, it actually makes the match more watchable.
Now we have CM Punk versus Austin Aries, which you forgot your T. Austin Aries.
I know, but
is he Asian? Asian Aries? Is he Asian and you put a U in there?
Hey, we're not showing it to the crowd here.
Asian Aries. That's kind of interesting. Be sure to fly Asian Aries.
But anyways,
careful, we have too many people jumping off the plane.
But anyways,
it would be very interesting. I like the way you said you'd end the match with the guy kicking him in the balls. I like that. That's kind of nice.
I did. Well, yeah. But
it shows
Punk would win, but Austin Aries would be walking out.
Yeah, I don't think CM Punk would be walking out with his nuts crashed.
No, that's why I said Austin Aries would walk out because he would be the one low bullying. That would be a symbol of his heel turn.
I like the fact that you had Bray versus James Storm, but decided to scrap the match.
Yeah, I think
that would have been kind of interesting.
I would put.
He would kick Bray, and then it'd really screw up his head. He'd be like, "Okay, now I'm going to get thicker."
Just ignore that one.
But
I was going to put
Bray Wyatt and no disqualification would win.
I'll do this. I'll tell you guys this. If I were to get James Storm, Bray Wyatt, and I did like a draft lottery, I pulled them both, I would do no disqualification or something like that.
That's another thing. What's up with James Storm doing a double last call super kick to freaking Gunner last night in a row, and he still doesn't pin him? What's up with that?
That was freaking awesome.
What's up with that?
That was awesome.
Why?
Well, first of all, it makes Gunner look good because normally it would finish it. I legitimately thought it was done. One kick, I was like, he's done. Then he does the second one, I was like, no way he's kicking out. That is it. James Storm fucking wins. 1, 2, kick out. Like, you're making Gunner look incredible. You're making him like that. You're not making him look like that maker like, oh, I could take a finisher and I'm like dead. It's like, no, I could take any finisher and I got guts and I could kick out. That's what you like.
My chin's up here, but you can't see it because of my beard.
But that's what I like about it too, is because you're making a feud. You're going to prolong it. You're going to escalate and make it more personal until finally James Storm actually has that win. And you can do different matches. That's what I like. You basically
You mean
saying,
they're going to have a third match?
that's what they said. They're doing another match.
Oh, that's going to be terrible.
What do you mean it's going to be terrible?
It's going to be so terrible.
Why are you saying
It's going
that?
to be so terrible.
Why?
Terrible.
Why?
Because that means we have to wait longer for Gunner to get another world title match.
But that's
That's another thing. What's up with this? I've been waiting for this all my life, and da, 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 da. Wasn't Gunner like security originally?
I don't know. Anyways, continue. Anyways, before we go, 'cause
WWE champion versus champion, Magnus versus Randy Orton.
I know what
Magnus
your
to win.
reaction is. Don't bother saying it. Yeah, just there.
We get to see who sucks more. Monsters Ball match: Biss versus Kane. I would definitely watch it if Kane ended up wearing the mask again. I would watch it.
That's why I think the storyline makes sense. It can actually happen.
Last match, 10-man elimination match.
I know. If you need help, I can tell you. Basically,
Yeah,
it's
Cena-
Roman Reigns, Cena, Big Show, Bryan, and The Rock, and Vince McMahon is at ringside, and MVP is on ringside with Team TNA, which is Jeff Hardy, also known as Willow, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Kurt Angle, and Christian's the referee.
It would be a very long match, and I would definitely watch it just to see what happened. But I had predicted what you're going to do. The second you said that Christian was the special gift, Ref No Re. Ref No Re.
Referee.
Ref No Re. Ref No Re. I got this.
Yeah, but
Check it out. I
it
count.
adds more story
One,
to it.
2, 3. I use my good hand. Grab it. My good hand.
Well, that's why I like
I'm
it.
not touching that.
Well, it adds more story to it. It makes the feud more. They can actually continue the feud at Survivor Series and have WWE win that time. It's kind of like basically an Invasion ripoff from 2001, where they had the WCW, ECW versus WWE thing.
Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
9.
8, 9 matches.
Not including James Storm. That
I didn't count that one.
yeah.
Out of all of them,
Which matches would
One.
be matches of the night?
the Ultimate X would be the match of the night, no matter how you looked at it. 1, 2,
Actually, I should have done a silent match for the Ultimate X match.
between 3 and 4 matches I'd like to see out of your 9. Like I said, it depends if Kane would do the face thing.
Yeah, that's why he would come out with the mask.
And I only picked the last one because obviously you're going to want to watch to see who wins, TNA or WWE.
It's really.
But X Division will steal the show big time. I still can't believe I came up with James Storm versus Shawn Michaels and you didn't get that one.
I was gonna do it, but I was just like, that's been already done before. I'll do
How's
something else.
that been done? James Storm versus...
I like it too because, well, anyways, before we continue, because we're actually have more talks about this, but that's pretty much our show. I want you guys to vote down below. I'll have a link down below. I want you guys to tell us which product did you enjoy the most. Did you enjoy Brandon's or did you enjoy mine? Which
Did you enjoy his irony or did you enjoy his invasion or did you enjoy my night of irony?
Mine.
That's right. I even kept Captain Nipples off my show because I want to be PG. There will be no nipples on this show. Not now, not ever. You ever wonder if he goes to bicep someone, if he pokes someone in the eye accidentally? I got him! Boing! Ah, that's illegal! Disqualified! I can't help it. Sometimes I got him.
I gotta end this. I gotta end this.
Oh, no. Can't even do it right.
You do it. Pretty much it, guys. Well, stay tuned. We are definitely doing WrestleMania.
I can't believe this is going online. I'm fucked.
But we won't be doing WrestleMania live reaction, so stay tuned. That will be next Sunday.
Lesnar match, you're gonna want to see my face.
Yeah. If
Now,
Lesnar wins,
this is all. Whew. But then I'd be like,
if Lesnar wins, I can't wait for his reaction.
that retarded.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll also be doing a WrestleMania review, hopefully. I definitely want to do a review. It just depends how much power is in the camera. But yeah, I'm going to try doing a review on that. But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget a Pet Peeves episode coming out very soon. Who's Better video. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, all my peeps. And do you have anything to say? Retired Adam Sandler.
Don't forget, we fuck you.
Yeah. And one more thing. Ready?
No.
1,
No.
2, 3.
No, they didn't show them to me when I paid them.
Oh, my side hurts.
Well, at least something hurts. I mean, it's not just one thing. Look the fuck at me. Holy crap. There's like so many things.
Oh, my side hurts from laughing.
There are times when I say, why do I wake up?
Shut up. Shut up. I'm ending this now.
I should have came with instructions.